Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new sci-fi action comedy, Clone Cops. And this film is from director Danny Dones and co-written by Dones with Philip Cordell. And this tells the story of a gang of outlaws as they defend their hideout until they discover a shocking secret about who they are and what they're up against. And this film sets up this very specific world of you have these replicants who replace like all the police, and they all wear like these giant helmets. And if you've seen the poster for this, you know what the helmets look like. They're big mushy white faces with like giant bushy mustaches, and it's silly. This film is certainly silly. And you have this group of people who are up against these replicant cops, and it's some kind of like dark, twisted show that's being put on. And you even have like two guest commentators that host this show. You have a scientist who make all the replicants, and you have that storyline. And this film, when it's leaning into just how ridiculous and silly it is, really works. And Cordell, who plays like the clones, is an absolute delight and is hilarious. And there's so many weird, awkward, silly, goofy moments in related to these clone cops, aka like the replicants. And they're a big driving force of the enjoyment of it. You have this scientist who's working for this corporation, and he's funny, he's intense, he's like, I'm going to complete my mission, and every time it cuts back to him, there's a lot of fun. I like the banter between like the two commentators who are hosting this weird reality show that's going on here. And you have these criminals who I think do a fine job. It's challenging because like when this film tries to like make you feel and have some more emotional moments, I feel like that's where the film kind of feels a little flat. When it's being silly with its like really low budget, quirky, campy kind of feel and just winking at the camera, this film really works. So the comedy elements are what really sell this film, and I think Dones does a great job. And his co-writer, Cordell, really sells a lot of those laughs with his on-screen work. And this story has some interesting twists and turns that are some cool ideas and gives some like bigger context to what's going on. And it also opens the door to some interesting thoughts and ideas about like the ethics of all of this. And like it doesn't dive too deep into it, but you know, it has some fun with it and it's engaging. It's a silly, quirky, wonky kind of time. It has some solid action at points in the film too. It's one of those kinds of films that it's silly, it's low budgeted, but everybody involved like knows the job and they're delivering upon it. It's only when the film tries to like reach a little deeper and try to deliver something a little bit more dramatic and meaningful, I feel like the film is a little bit shaky, falls a little flat. So if you're looking for a creative, quirky, low-budget action sci-fi comedy that just is winking at you the whole time and just having a blast, this is it, and it's certainly a fun time. But those are my thoughts on Clone Cops. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.